This is the Aigo mp5 905, which is a mp5 player from Aigo Electronics, which happens to be a fair respected brand name in Asian markets, and it has a lot of sponsors from the Olympics and stuff. So it's a very critically acclaimed brand name and stuff. They have a lot of electronics from ebook readers to tablets to computers to MP3 and MP4, MP5 players. For those of you who are not really familiar, MP5 players are devices that are claimed to have a lot more file supports when you're playing videos than MP4 players. MP3 players play music and music only. MP4 players play music and video with a color display. MP5 players can play music and video, but it supports a lot more video formats like Real Player. It has all the Real Player format supports, and it has basically doesn't come with any converters, file converters. So it's supposed to have a very simple drag and drop system where you can basically drag any video format and any video clip into the device's memory, and it should be able to play it on the display. The Aigo MP5 909 is has a 3-inch display, and on the outside it looks like a very excellent and very elegant device product. It's well made. It has this concaved design, which makes it look really nice. It has this white plastic exterior. However, you would expect a 3-inch display and a minimal design of buttons to actually be a touchscreen, except it's not a touchscreen. The controls are actually on top, and this device will cost around $200 or under in the United States. It's mostly for Asian markets. You can also find it online for less. But the controls are on top of this device, and that's where you will find the buttons and navigationals. Navigationals, it doesn't say directly on the buttons what they stand for. You have to flip the device to the back in order to see that they correspond to the volume controls, to play, pause, to OK. It was a little bit hard to navigate at times with this device because you are basically using it blindfolded. You're going through these menu systems, and you have to kind of feel your way around these 3 buttons on the top, and then you have to press stuff and to make things work, and you have to memorize the button layout, and you can get used to it pretty fast, but it's just something to take note of. It's not the most intuitive system. We would rather all the buttons on the top, be some of them to place on the sides or be made into a touchscreen, as the price should indicate something like that. But it's still fairly responsive. There's the button controls. It's not as easy to use as you might want. There's also a mono speaker on the back, so there is built-in speaker. That's a pretty cool feature. Some MP5 players don't, like yesterday's Oppo device that we reviewed. This has a stereo speaker. It's not stereo, it's mono, so it's pretty tinny sound, but still, for basic video clips and for music, basic party music and stuff like that, it's pretty loud, and it delivers definitely if you want to use the exterior speaker for once in a while. The back is also brushed aluminum. On the right-hand side, you have an on-off switch. On the left-hand side of the micro SD expansion card slot, there's 4 gigs of memory built in, so you will want to use the card for video. A 3.5mm headphone jack, and of course a mini USB for charging and syncing the device. The menu UI is fairly easy and fairly responsive, and the video quality was pretty good. The color display, though, is a TFT regular screen. Compared to yesterday's Oppo mp5 player, this is a typical LCD display. It's really sharp, and colors are really contrasted and nice, and video clips are a great experience because the screen is a lot larger than yesterday's, and it's pretty easy to hold using one hand or 2 hands if you want to do that. But it's LCD, so when you get to extreme angles, if for some reason you want to do that, watching with friends or family, it can get a little black, so viewing angles isn't as good as OLED or AMOLED screens, so it's going to be a standard screen here. Battery, though, is pretty good. It's a lithium-ion rechargeable battery. You charge it once, you can get a few hours of video and a lot more music out of this device. Music quality is solid. That's great for watching video clips on airplanes, on cars, and a lot of things. But one point of concern that we did receive was that we wanted to tell you the story. When we first received this device as a review model, the first one we got was actually broken. It was weird because we got this out of the box, and the box was sealed in plastic and styrofoam, and the front of the device was separated from the back brushed aluminum. It was cracked open on the sides, and we could actually see that the motherboard was curved on the inside. So the device was propped open because the inside mechanics and the inside motherboard was actually curved, and it was like overheated or burned or something like that, and so it was separated. That was a cause of concern. We do believe this is a lemon for sure. We did receive an apology, and we have never heard of anything like that from any other users of Aigo products. But it's just a thing to note. Customer service, though, is pretty good. so you can exchange stuff, which is pretty nice. So overall, this is a very decent MP5 player. Oh, and one last thing, we tested it with a few video formats. We found that certain formats didn't play on this, which was interesting. And because it doesn't come with any file converter, we couldn't get the files to play, the movie files. Some special MP4 coded formats did not play, and so the real player thing here could be a little misleading at times. It doesn't play every format. Compared to yesterday's Oppo MP5 video players and other MP5 players, what you're getting from the Aigo MP5 909 is an extra large display. It's 3 inches, and it's really pretty large where MP5 players go. But you're also getting something that's a little bit hard on navigational size, and it doesn't play as much, or maybe just, I don't know, the same video formats did play on yesterday's Oppo device. That's just something to take note of. It's a great video watching experience if you want a large screen. It's just got a very excellent build and very excellent performance all around, whether you want sound or performance from video or screen. It might not be the most premium experience for $200, which is still pretty expensive for an MP5 player. The screen isn't as sharp as OLED or AMOLED technology, so that's an aspect where the Oppo from yesterday's review was better. But overall, if you just want a larger experience, you don't care too much about everything being super crystal sharp, and you will live with something that is just very excellent overall and all around, then the Aigo mp5 909 might be the one for you. But if you want something that might be just a little bit more sharper overall, then maybe yesterday's device will be better. The Aigo mp5 909 also has basic e-reader functions, but there's no games or anything like that. Basic calendar as well, and music and photo playback. Thank you for watching at osvtxreviews.com. Check out our full review with detailed diagrams and more videos of the actual UI and stuff on our website. Thank you for watching.